So in the co-main event fight, another bout at middleweight, we have Chris Weidman taking on Ronaldo Souza. Now, if you guys remember, Chris Weidman was scheduled to fight Luke Rockhold, and Ronaldo Souza was actually scheduled to fight David Branch. Now, before I really get into this fight, I want to make sure to ask you guys to comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of this bout. Let me know who you think is going to win, and let us know what you think of the video so far. Chris Weidman, former middleweight champion, the man who put away Anderson Silva not once but twice, was going to attempt to avenge one of his losses to Luke Rockhold, but Luke Rockhold had to pull out, which opened the door for Jacare Souza to come in and as a late replacement to fight Chris Weidman. Although with this late replacement, Ronaldo was training to fight David Branch. There are some similarities between David Branch and Chris Weidman, although those are two completely different fighters. I like the fact that at least they were training, and now they both have to adapt themselves for a new opponent. But without further ado, the All-American Chris Weidman, 34 years old, former middleweight champion, fighting at a Serra-Longo fight team, a native of New York, standing at 6 feet 2 inches tall, holding a professional record of 14 wins, 3 losses, is coming off the worst spill of his mixed martial arts career in the last 5 fights. He is 2-3 in his last 5, with 3 of those in the middle going to losses. He's lost to Luke Rockhold, Yoel Romero, and Gegard Mousasi. However, he is coming off a victory to Kelvin Gastelum back in July of 2017. This guy is as dangerous of a middleweight as you get in this division. All around superstar, crisp boxing, one of the most impressive wrestlers in the division, and is trained under the lineage and trained under Matt Serra, so his jiu-jitsu game is definitely no slouch at all. But if we're talking about jiu-jitsu, it really doesn't get any better for middleweights than his opponent. Standing at 6 feet 1 inches tall at 38 years old, Ronaldo Jacare Souza, training out of Brazil, holding a professional record of 25 wins and 6 losses with 1 no contest. And he's actually the opposite of Chris Weidman, and he's coming off a loss to Kelvin Gastelum via split decision. Prior to that, he has a victory over Derek Brunson, and before that, he lost to Robert Whittaker in what would have propelled him to fight for the title, but Robert Whittaker taking that victory, becoming champion after that. This fight is incredibly interesting, but this is also a fight that will be primarily a stand-up battle. I don't think Chris Weidman wants to take a chance and take Ronaldo down, and I don't think Ronaldo wants to take a chance and out-wrestle Chris Weidman. So it really will depend on who is the better striker. We know the better jiu-jitsu practitioner is Ronaldo. We know the better wrestler is Chris Weidman, but who is the better striker? And this victory or this loss, this match in its entirety has a lot at stake for the loser. The loser basically gets set back quite a bit in the middleweight division rankings, and he also gets kind of set back and set away from the limelight, where the winner can propel themselves into a fight for the title if it does open up. Both these guys are veterans of mixed martial arts. Both these guys are veterans of the UFC's middleweight division. Both of these guys were on impressive runs to fight for the title. For goodness sakes, Chris Weidman was a former middleweight champion who stopped Anderson Silva. However, those times have gone by. These guys have had their ups and downs. Chris Weidman going on 3 consecutive losses, avenging himself to Kelvin Gastelum. Ronaldo just seems he can't find that steady groove, gets a win, then loses. And we know we can't do MMA math. We know Ronaldo is coming off a loss to Kelvin Gastelum, while Chris Weidman is coming off a victory over Kelvin Gastelum. We know that's not applicable when it comes to fighting. However, in this fight, I do have to give it to the All-American Chris Weidman. I had my doubts with Ronaldo in his fight against Kelvin Gastelum. I thought his striking looked subpar. I thought he got tired way too easily. And one factor that Chris Weidman can use to his advantage is the fact that he is a cardio machine. And we saw that was a flaw in Ronaldo versus Gastelum. So, Chris Weidman will apply the pressure, will stay tight with Ronaldo, dirty box him, set him up in the clinch, avoid the takedown, avoid the ground game of Souza, of Jacare, eventually open him up, bust him up, and I believe this fight should go to Chris Weidman via decision. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Are you team Jacare or are you team Weidman? I would like to know from you.